How you doing? My name is Jason Poyner. I've been involved in 1.Xango for about 24 months now. My formal background is real estate and mortgage. My degree is in civil engineering. And about 7 years ago, we got involved in real estate and mortgage. And for the last 3 years, I've owned my own real estate company, and my wife's owned her own mortgage company. About 24 months ago, we got introduced to 1.Xango by a guy that lives about 4 doors down from me. His name's Tom Johnson. We got involved initially for the health benefits. So in other words, my dad, who lives in the same neighborhood as us, was suffering from a really bad back problem. He was taking about 13 ibuprofen a day for his back pain. He had been taking those for about 4 years. Those ibuprofen gave him a double ulcer. And we didn't have a whole lot of options left except for a back surgery. So we were looking for a way to calm inflammation naturally. I ran into a guy that lives 4 doors down, asked him what he did for a living. He told me he distributes this. It's a functional health beverage named 1.Xango. And basically what 1.Xango is, for all of you that don't know, is simply the whole food puree of the mangosteen fruit. So I didn't know what the mangosteen fruit was. It's no relation to mango. But I had no idea, and most people don't. It's a little fruit from Southeast Asia. And for those of you that aren't familiar, maybe you are familiar with something called green tea. Green tea, the Chinese have been using it medicinally for centuries. It has great antioxidant qualities. And turns out that the reason why people drink green tea is that it has a thing called catechins in it. These catechins are very strong antioxidants. Turns out this mangosteen fruit has about twice the amount of catechins green tea has in it. I'm sure you all have all heard of aloe vera. Aloe is probably in most household products. It's in a lot of soaps and cleansers and so forth. And the reason why people have been drinking, consuming aloe topically and internally for so many years, over 35 years now, is because it's got a lot of polysaccharides. These polysaccharides are very strong antioxidants. These antioxidants are very strong because they work so well topically and in the skin and so forth. And it turns out this mangosteen fruit has about twice the amount of polysaccharides aloe has. So works very good topically. But as good as the antioxidants are, we weren't really concerned at the time with antioxidants because, you know, the antioxidants weren't going to help my dad's back. What my dad had was a severe inflammation problem. And about 96% of all diseases linked to inflammation. And we were looking for an answer. Tom told me that the selling point, or I guess you could say, what separates this mangosteen fruit from everything else is it's a strong, natural anti-inflammatory. This got us very excited. We immediately joined 1.Xango. To join was $35, and all that $35 does, it's a yearly membership, and it just gives you the right to buy the products at wholesale. So we did that, and without knowing a whole lot, it gave me a CD by a couple of doctors, one named Dr. Templeman, one named Dr. Ahmad Tutla. I listened to the CD. The CD by Dr. Tutla is called Straight Talk. I love this CD. Basically, why I love it so much is the background of Ahmad. Ahmad Tutla is one of the top 60 cancer surgeons in the world. He ranked by the Mayo Clinic, one of the top 2,000 scientists of the 21st century. And he now has over, at the time of the CD, he had about 1,000 patients on the product with a 90% success rate, and he specializes in colon cancer. So he uses this with colon cancer patients and everyone. Presently, he's got over 1,600 patients on the product, and it still has over a 90% success rate using this fruit, the mangosteen fruit. So we got my dad on the product, and it took about 7 weeks. 7 weeks of consistent commitment of 6 ounces a day, 3 ounces, or 2 ounces 3 times a day. The half-life of the juice in your body is about 4 to 5 hours, so it works best when consumed 3 times a day. And my dad was taking it, and about 7 weeks into it, he was able to taper down from 13 ibuprofen a day to about 6. And about 8 weeks into it, he was able to get off all of his medication. The good news is it's been about 22, 23 months since then. He hasn't had a back surgery, and he hasn't taken a pill. So needless to say, from a health we got in from a health perspective. We got involved in 1.Xango because we were so impressed by the product. Now, since then, we have given it to my grandma, my grandpa, for arthritis. Works great. We've given it to my brother-in-law who has asthma. It worked tremendous for him. And we got a little bit interested in what this product could do for everybody. So the goal of this quick presentation is to show you guys from a health perspective what Xango is, what's available with this mangosteen fruit, and also a quick overview of the business perspective, because there is a great business involved as well. So I'll give you the quick purpose or objective of this meeting is to inform you about the history of the mangosteen, to give you some 2020 foresight into an opportunity, give you a glimpse of what's next with Xango, and really what's in it for you guys from a health perspective and a business perspective. So let me ask you guys a question. What if November of 2002 rolled around, and that's when Xango launched, November of 2002, and you knew that this company was about to roll out the strongest and the only natural anti-inflammatory in the world. Pretty interesting, considering the anti-inflammatory drug industry does about $65 billion a year in sales, and this company, Xango, has the only scientifically proven natural anti-inflammatory around. It's going to be pretty exciting. Well, now I've given you a little bit of overview about the fruit and so forth, but I want you to kind of zoom in over here. The fruit, the mangosteen, is about the size of a plum. The interior is a white pulpy flesh, and the exterior is this rind. Now I told you about the catechins and the polysaccharides it has, which are like green tea and which are found in green tea, and then polysaccharides in aloe. But the bragging rights of this fruit are these things called xanthones. And there's about 200 xanthones in nature, and they can't find them. Most of them are found in tree bark and stuff you can't consume, but over 40 of them are found in the rind of this fruit. The bad news is this is very, very bitter, very, very hard to consume. What this company did is figure out how to take this fruit, whole food puree it, and put it into this bottle. So we have to have between 60 and 85% of this fruit in this bottle, whole food pureed. There's some other fruit juices added just so it tastes good. And this is what a bottle of Xango looks like this. This is the holiday edition. But it's pretty exciting because we've had such tremendous results with the product. Let me give you guys a little bit, for those skeptics out there, I want to tell you a little bit about the science behind this. Because people go, oh, you know, it sounds great, but what really is in it? Now, we have 82 cancer papers published as of 1/1/08, 49 to do with heart and circulatory problems, 66 papers published, scientific papers, with antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, 25 with bacterial infections, and the list goes on. You guys can check these out for yourself and validate it all at mangosteenfruitinfo.com or mangosteenmd.com. So the real question becomes not does it work, it's do you like this or this? That's the real question. The definition of drugs, by the way, is something with a nasty side effect. This has none. For those of you that are still skeptical, the American Cancer Society, their website, they say mangosteen juice, and it's been used in a lot of cancer studies. It says other name Xango. How's that for market share? You know, the whole mangosteen juice industry is about $600 million a year annually, and Xango controls about 80% of that. It's pretty exciting. So what does this anti-inflammatory mean? I mentioned earlier how it's about $65 billion a year industry right now. Well, how about this? In 2005, it was doing $50 billion. It's expected to increase by 2010 to $75 billion, and we're doing about $65 billion already, 2008 going on 2009. So we're right on pace, and by 2015, it's supposed to be at $105 billion. And guys, this makes sense. You know, it's hard to create a market, but the baby boomers, there's one person, there's over 10,000 people a day turning 60 in the U.S. So do you think they need an anti-inflammatory? Do you know any 60-year-olds that don't have little creaks and pains and so forth? Trust me, we have our hands around the only natural way to help some of those problems and cure some of that pain, or really help some of that pain. And it's a pretty fun position to be in because you can help people and you can also make some money if you want. Those of you who think that Oprah. Okay, well, we'll resume with part 2 here. Thanks.